and I think he's been a great defender in his career. And the Cavs quietly up 2-0 on the Raptors as 25+ from each of Evan Mobley, James Harden, and Donovan Mitchell last night. Awesome stuff from the Cavaliers up 2-0 on Toronto. But there was some big news yesterday around the NBA outside of the playoffs. Draymond Green, of course, the Draymond Green Show podcast was discussing his head coach, his longtime head coach, Steve Kerr, Hall of Fame coach and just an ultimate winner in basketball, and Kerr's future with the Warriors. And here is what Draymond had to say.
If you ask me, I don't know that he's coming back. If you want my opinion, just with all the talk that's been going around and all, if you want my opinion, I think not. Just because it just feels like that. I don't know. I hope so. I hope he's our coach next year. I also hope I'm on this team next year. We also don't know that, which we'll get into. But I don't know, man. It felt like that was it.
Courtney Cronin, people may not know this. You did cover the Warriors before coming to ESPN, right? You covered the Golden State.
Yeah, 12 years ago. 20, or I guess that's 10 years ago. The run started 12 years ago. I covered them 16 and 17.
So you've been around this team. Do you get the sense that Steve Kerr is done as Warriors head coach?
I understand what Draymond's saying because of how anticlimactic it ended in a play-in tournament game where the next day it was over. There really wasn't any talk of, okay, we've got this guy coming back. We've got Steph for one more year. We've got Kristaps Porzingis. We've got Jimmy Butler. Let's get the band back together. One more year. It didn't feel like that the way that it had in previous years, even years where they had either missed the playoffs altogether or fell short. I get the sense that this is still very much up in the air, which I know feels like a little bit of a cop-out answer, but I feel like Steve Kerr's one of those people, as we know, a very cerebral coach, somebody who doesn't make rash decisions, somebody who will take time to really think about this, because the direction the Warriors are about to go in, whether it is a retooling or a rebuild, I think that factors into how much more he wants to sign up of this, because the reason I mentioned 12 years, it had been an incredible 12-year run since they started winning championships together, since they went through multiple evolutions of being a super team. I just don't think that he's there for the long haul, but I can't see with Steph Curry being on the roster for at least one more year that he wouldn't want to coincide about finishing his career as a head coach, where Curry very likely finishes his career with one team and one team only before he retires.
I could see them wanting to sunset together because they were both so instrumental in the overall success, obviously. But some coaches you look at and you think, wow, this is your entire life. This is all you have. You are built different. You cannot walk away, or it's going to be extremely difficult for you to walk away. I mean, Belichick's one of those guys, right? Like, he could have sunsetted from the NFL, walked away. He just has to be coaching. It's who he is. There's something about Steve Kerr where I think he would be at peace walking away. He doesn't seem to have the same mental makeup as some of these legacy excellent coaches. And 12 years is a long time. When you've been doing this since 2014 and you've had the amount of success that he's had, I think you can walk away and feel a little bit more content about what you've done. So when Draymond, who's with him day in and day out, is telling us that he's getting the sense that this could be it, I'm paying attention to that, and I think it could be the end.
You're not doing first take today, are you?
No, why?
Because that's a great pre-take.
Thank you.
That's a really good pre-take, honestly.
Is this my first pre-take?
I think it may be. The only reason I say it's a great pre-take, and if you're just joining us and you're unfamiliar with the pre-take, it's we give Canty crap when we think he's trying out takes on this show for first take, and you hear the music, that's the first take intro and theme music. The only reason I say that is obsessed with coaching. I think Steve Kerr is obsessed with relationships and obsessed with winning. If coaching comes through that, that's great. If there's another walk of life that would give him high-level personal and professional relationships that would trigger winning and whatever that is, I could see him going down that path. That could be broadcasting, right? That could be coming here to ESPN, and he would have a relationship with whatever play-by-play announcer you want to put next to him, and they have the highest rated, with the most advertisers on that broadcast. Like that, I could see him be satisfied with that, right? everything you're saying makes a lot of sense. The only counter is there's no such thing as rebuilding if you're the Golden State Warriors.
No.
Is Steph Curry breathing?
Yeah.
Does he want to still play basketball?
As far as I know.
Then trade every damn pick to put people around him. I'm sorry. Like, there is no justification to ever give up on that man. Ever. In any way, shape, or form. You have 4 first-rounders. Sorry, Jimmy Butler. You have a $60 million contract of a player who is an all-star player, but is also injured and may miss part of the season, right? Which means another team that maybe doesn't want to be good, taking in a $60 million contract with a guy who won't play, that the moment he can play, you could flip him for more, is actually attractive. There is no justification for the Golden State Warriors to not say to Steve Kerr, give us a little bit here, please. Let us do some back channeling to see if we could get Giannis, to see if we could get Kawhi, to see if we can get LeBron James. There's no reason for you to walk away right now. Just wait. You know what? We'll take the risk of not having a head coach, knowing that if we're late to the party, the idea of coaching this team with this franchise and coaching number 30 Steph Curry will make someone who doesn't want to leave their job. But you are right about Steve Kerr. His obsession with coaching, I think, is less than his obsession with winning and relationships. And if he feels like he can find that elsewhere, I believe he would do that. I just don't think there's a reason for either party to make a decision until they know what they can and cannot do around Steph Curry. Retool is the answer. Rebuild, no such thing.
Could be a soft rebuild. I mean, I know we're like talking semantics here with the wording, but this has never been a team that has ever indicated it wants to have a fire sale, even when they've had other pieces on its roster as free agents or trades. They've never once committed to tearing it all down. Not when Steph Curry's been there. Not when Steve Kerr's been there. Not when Draymond Green's been there. Frankly, I think that the loyalty aspect that Kerr has shown to Curry and that Curry has shown to this organization is why the more we talk about this, the more I'm leaning towards one more year. And I get where Draymond Green's coming from. I get what Michelle's saying about maybe he's just had enough. He seems like somebody who can be at peace with a decision and stick with it and not have the regret that would cause somebody to come out of retirement after 1 year out of the game. But the retooling, rebuild, that means you're giving away a big portion of what this roster is right now. Declining the option with Draymond Green, trading Jimmy Butler, letting Kristaps Porzingis go in free agency, Seth Curry, et cetera, et cetera. I just wonder, like, do you have enough? I know the draft picks are there, but do you really have enough to be able to build around Steph Curry to make a competitive team next year so the two of them can truly sunset together?
It is officially draft week. Adam Schefter will join us with the latest draft intel after Smalls has this from RK.
If you wake up early like I do, but you still want to go out, you want to enjoy life, but you definitely don't want to feel it the next morning, I got something